Welcome to a sub-extension of the discussion for today. So, we got brand new ice barriers last night. A lot of people came in the stream and was asking if we had talked about these yet. And, well, I was waiting on more news today, but we just didn't get anything. So, another round of ice barrier reveals. I don't know how much is left here, but this is kind of interesting. So, General Wayne of the ice barrier. So, it's definitely interesting in terms of lore to see that Wayne actually is from the ice barrier. So level 5, 2100, 400. You know what that means. Cyber Dragon time. If your opponent controls a monster and you control an ice barrier monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So generic, step on into this, start climbing up ladders. Alright. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add an ice barrier spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So either way, you're going to get to toggle for anything that you want. And then any spell or trap card sent from the field to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. So interesting enough here. This is like a reverse macrocosmo. A reverse dimensional fissure, where they basically, instead of it being monsters, you're just going to take out your opponent's spells and traps. Sorry, Eldritch. I guess you've got an issue to deal with here? Question mark? But outside of that, I wish it was if you don't have any monsters, or if your opponent had monsters and an ice barrier, you could step into this, but I understand the limitations they put on this. And I still don't think they know what they really want to do with ice barriers at this stage of the card design. I feel like they're just they're putting like generic floodgate effects on these things, and they're like, someday, somewhere, this will be useful to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, right? But what do I know? Alright, so, next up was the calm after the storm. And I really just... That's the Dragoonity monster in the background, right? I hope so. I just want to point out here that this whole little thing right here literally feels like a Halo reference. I said that last night on stream, and everybody was like, oh, I kind of see it. But yeah, this is the Dragoonity monster flying off into the sunset after killing off all the dragons. So, the calm after the ice barrier storm. So we get one final hurrah for the ice barrier monsters until they're all wiped out. So we'll just be left with a tribe of water nomads. This is how the waterbenders were born? Should be any number of ice barrier monsters. So you summon out Prior and two others. You activate this, special summon the same number of level 4 or lower ice barrier monsters with different names from each other from the deck. So inherently, you are going -1 for this. During the main phase, except the turn that this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard to target one of your ice barrier monsters that is banished or in your graveyard and recur it back to the hand. Now, this being said though, level 4 or lower was a bit of a restriction. I kind of feel like they could have designed this to bring out Guntala and the rest of them to basically allow to set up combo. But I guess using this does allow you to do like the little soft lock that this deck can actually produce. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really cool that ice barriers actually get the chance to be tier 2? Are we there? Maybe just the Trishula Synchro makes this deck a little bit better, but at this point in time, like, I feel like we're getting somewhere. I hope we are. Now, we had another big piece of news today, and I'm so happy with this. I know a lot of people have already looked at this and they're like, oh, they killed the bear. Where'd the bear go? This art, at first I thought this was an alternate art Galatea, and then I had to do a double take and go, oh my, that's Apolloussa. So this is the alternate art Apolloussa that we will be getting for Gold Series, and I think that this art is absolutely stunning. I would almost say that this is when she is acquiring the bow right away. So probably in terms of lore later on, she'll meet the poor green bear. I hope the poor green bear is okay, because I don't really want him to be gone, but the whole feeling of this art, this almost feels kind of Noble Knighty, where, you know, she's standing out in the water, you know, being given X weapons, same with like the Noble Knights, King Arthur. Yeah, but I just like this entire scenery here. Like the starry sky, they did a very good job capturing this. I'm very happy with this one, Konami. It makes up for whatever was going on with Stratos yesterday. Many of us still are not sure what happened with Stratos. I once again, I have to show this to you guys. Like, what happened to him? His poor guy must not have had a good time. Alright, so I also want to do a sub-market watch in here because I wanted to talk about ice barriers a little bit more on the market. You guys have been seeing and following these DT buyouts this entire time. And a lot of people are like, is it worth it to buy? The answer straight off is, unless you want dual terminal rarity, then it is not worth it to pick this deck up. Everything that you're going to want for one $10 structure deck will be available to you. You spend $10, you have everything that you want in ice barriers handed to you, alright? And that was the cool thing about the structure deck voting was, you get all these cards handed to you in a simple box that you spend $10 for, which is a good thing, right? So, you don't have to worry about backtracking and going for some of these older cards, but at this point in time, if you want high rarity, nobody's going to pay $350 on a DT Trish. Ulti Trish is $165. You know, things like Brionics for $50. DT Dulorans, $43. Like $46 on a Gungnir. Ask yourself at this point is it worth it to buy this higher rarity? I'm pretty sure Dance Princess, there's no reason why they wouldn't reprint Dance Princess in the structure deck. She's one of the cards that needs the reprint the most here. Like, even regular art Dulorans. A lot of this higher rarity stuff. See, Spellbreaker of the Ice Bear here. Look at this DT. The cost for these DTs is absurd. $14. Gennard, $11. Like, when Trishula gets its common printing and the structure, some of these prices will probably give out. Mediums, oh look, $4. This is another one of those cards. Like I said, Ice Barriers are like generic floodgate cards that don't know what they want to do, that will probably be good at some point in their life. Oh look, Brionics, super rares, $2. Daisojo, $4. I mean, even Mr. Royal Knight here is $1. So, what do you find yourself at wanting to do at this stage? General Ryo, DT, oh look, $7. Oh look, Shock Troopers, DT. This is just goes to show that DT rarity it's crazy dumb for no frickin' reason whatsoever. Even General Gontala down here, he might be the one worth getting for $1. So, just wait. I hope these would be a nice upgrade. Can we get these in OTS as a super rare? Thanks, Konami. That'd be great. I know a lot of people would not appreciate this, but I'd personally like this. Sub-note here, Apolloussa's reprint is coming on the horizon, which means, is she worth it? So, we still got the Hot Starlight for $8.50. Nobody in their right mind can afford that. Regular Apolloussas, $27. The Megaton versions, coming in about, okay, so once this one is gone, you'll be sitting at about $10 at this point. Side note, I should probably be a $4 to $5 card, I would think, for the alternate art. We'll see how it goes. And then, other sub-note here for this video, is it worth it to buy Metalfoes? I think I've talked about this 2 times now, and I'm still asked this question, so here's the answer. Super rares are $5 a piece on the gold drivers. We saw them a little bit cheaper last night. Down here, Volflames are $6. For about $35, you can get your vanilla master play set of both of these, and you're good to go. Now, Electromite is another question. That's a risk you're going to have to answer yourself. I'm not particularly all that crazy for wanting to pick up one of these because the card is banned at this point. But in the same place that Rusty is right now would be the only reason why I would see them wanting to bring back Metalfoes Electromite to push the sales for Blazing Vortex. But if they're only getting 5 cards, I wonder how much more they're going to want to push it. You see my conundrum here? So we'll have to wait and see really where Konami is going to go with this and so forth. But the supers, I don't think it's a terrible idea. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And well, guys, I'm out. Peace. Thanks for watching today's video. Check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. Enter MCOL40 on checkout. Save a little bit of money on your purchase. Check out mcolgames.com if you're interested in getting some cool play mats and single trading cards as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one of our videos. Thanks for watching.